Public speaking is something that people generally fear. Now, people generally fear addressing a large number of audience because they feel that sometimes they might forget what they're saying, sometimes they might think that they no longer make sense, and sometimes they also feel that they might not be able to continue talking. Now, although worry and anxiety is something that keeps us on our toes, we should it becomes a concern when the on our when we feel that we are not able to communicate with people, and it becomes a problem when we have to function in our daily lives. So that is the one reason why we should learn public speaking, because public speaking does not only help you when you have to address a large number of audience, but also when you have to communicate your everyday thoughts to your family and your friends. Now, let us look at some of the techniques that will help us to understand communication better. The very first thing that we have to concentrate on when we are communicating is to make sure that our sentences are framed correctly. Now, let's look at some of the ways in which we can use grammar to correct our sentences. First, when we are using double negatives. Now, double negatives are not to be used in the same sentence. For example, I didn't cry when I saw the movie, or I don't know nothing. Now, let's look at the last line. I don't know nothing. When you say this, the phrase I don't know is one negative and the word nothing is another negative. We should not have both the double negatives in one sentence. To frame this sentence correctly, we should say I don't know anything. Therefore, the incorrect sentence is I don't know nothing. This means you know something, and the correct sentence is I don't know anything. So when we are talking about double negatives, we should not use double negatives in the same sentence. Second, now using the wrong tense. We have always made a mistake when we have used the wrong tense. We all know that there are three tenses: the past tense, the present tense, and the future time. Now we have to be very clear on which tense we are using when we are speaking. For example, look at this incorrect sentence. I didn't cry when I saw the movie. Now, which is the wrong word in this sentence? I didn't cried when I saw the movie. Here, the word didn't cried is incorrect because it is never followed by the past tense verb. The correct way of saying this content is I didn't cry when I saw the movie. So when you are using tenses, you have to make sure that you are using the correct sentence. Third, using to, comparative and superlative at the same sentence. When we are using comparative and superlative words, we should make sure that we are using one superlative or comparative word for each adjective or word. Now let's look at one incorrect sentence when we are using the superlative and the comparative words together. This could never have turned out to be more better. I will repeat. This could never have turned out to be more better. Which is the incorrect word in this sentence? I'm sure some of you must have got it correct. Here, better is the comparative word of the word good, and more is the comparative word for the adjective much. So when you are using the comparative and the superlative word, you have to make sure that you use one of the comparative word or one of the superlative word in one sentence. The correct way to say this is this could never have turned out to be better. Now, let's look at me versus I. Always remember that you have to place yourself after your friend or your family. It is always my friend and I, my sister and I. When we are using me and I, it is very important to understand where we are using me and where we are using I. Now, for example, they are going to send my wife and I a package. Here, if we remove the person and preceding the I, it would sound like they are going to send I a package. This is incorrect. So the correct way of saying this is they are going to send me a package. So when you are using I, you have to make sure that you place it before your friend and your family. That is my friend and I. And when we are using me, it is basically when we are talking about someone or something which has to be specific for your own self. They are sending me a package. Right? Now this is what we learn about grammar. Let me quickly recap. First is, you should not use double negatives in the same sentence. You should use the correct tense when you are framing the same sentence. You should not use or excessive use of comparative and superlative words in the same sentence. And when you are using me and I, you have to be very careful. So that is what we are going to learn about grammar in framing our correct sentence. Now, as you know that this is a public speaking class, let's make it a little more entertaining than just grammar. Now I'm going to show you a video which is called Out of Sight, and there are going to be some questions related to the video. Alright, so I want you to watch that movie along with me, and as I tell you the questions, I want you to take down those questions as well. So that was indeed a very nice video. I'm sure you have enjoyed it. Now please take down the following questions so that you can answer them. What were the two themes of the video? What were the two themes of the video? Now we all saw that the video was about a small girl and she was a differently abled child. I'm sure that we have all observed that. So regarding that, you can list down any two of the themes that you found was there in the video. Question number 1 is, what were or what do you think are the two themes of the video? Question number 1. Number 2, how has the power of imagination been displayed here? How has the power of imagination been displayed here? We all know that power of imagination is something that can take us from one mood to the other immediately. It can be used in a very positive sense as well. So understanding the theme or the concept of imagination, I would like you to answer, how has the power of imagination been displayed here? You can give 3 or 4 instances from the video where she has imagined some things. Question number 3. After the dog is lost, why do you think the little girl goes through the dark tunnel? I will repeat. After the dog is lost, why do you think the little girl goes through the dark tunnel? Now we all know that the concept of darkness has always been associated with sadness or misery or danger. So if you have something other than this, then that would be wonderful. But if not, even if you could analyze on the theme of darkness being sadness or being misery, please feel free to explain in this question, which is, after the dog is lost, why do you think the little girl goes through the dark tunnel? Question number 4. What does the magic wand symbolize? We all saw that she was using a magic wand, which was actually a twig. So I want you to understand and I want you to analyze according to your own perspective, what does the magic wand symbolize? Does it symbolize hope? Does it symbolize positivity? What according to you does the magic wand symbolize? Second, if you were the girl, what would you have imagined differently? If you were the girl, what would you have imagined differently? Now, as we all saw that she had also imagined a bakery, imagining or given the fact that she must have been hungry or she related to the power of smell at that time, she imagined a bakery. So if you were that particular child, what would you have imagined differently? Now, these are the 5 questions for this particular video. You can go online to YouTube and also check this video if it is not clear. The name of this particular video was Out of Sight and it can be found in YouTube. You just have to type in Out of Sight animated movie. Right now, the next task you are going to do is you are going to write a summary of the story. You are going to write how this story started. Where do you think this girl was? Why do you think this particular person had taken her bag? Who came to her aid? She went to a dark tunnel, then she started imagining things, then at last she got the bag back. So you're going to write a summary of about 150 to 200 words. Right? Now here you could a lot of focus was done regarding the visual aspect, where you saw the video, you understood what was happening in the story. That is one of the very important things when you have what you have to focus on when you are speaking to someone is how you are observing them, how is their body language. In this way, you have to relate to your aspect of the eye, the sight, okay, which the video has catered to. Now, I want you to move forward, where you will be giving more focus to what you hear. All right. So let's move on, and I'm going to show you another video, and this video is to do with sound or hearing. Right. Born in Beijing and growing up in Shaoul, Sing Kaun is an avid reader who has read hundreds of books about science, history and literature. And in this video, which is being played on TED Talks, you can go online to TED Talks and you can find April, and she's talking about the love for reading. We all know that reading helps you tremendously in speaking, and I strongly recommend reading, and I hope that you all are reading books in this quarantine time. So let's look at the video where April talks about being an avid reader. And like always, you will also have questions related to this particular video. So please look forward here. Please take down the following questions. What was the biggest and the best present ever that April got? What was the biggest and the best present ever that April got? Question number 1. Question number 2. List out 3 places that she reads. List out 3 places where she reads her books. List out 3 places where she reads her books. Third question. Complete the sentence. To read is the voyage through dash 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 and discovery. Complete the sentence. To read is to voyage through dash 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 and discovery. Do you agree with the statement? With a book, we can go anywhere and everywhere. Do you agree with the statement? With a book, we can go anywhere and everywhere. Please give 3 reasons. Continue watching the video kindly.
The girls Alice or myself. I was too young when I drew that picture. But I really wish that I could have lived inside that book. So you can see, in the book, Lord Alice followed a rabbit and tumbled down in Wonderland. Whereas in the real world, a book can always lead you to escape the boredom of everyday life and enter a magic world. For example, we can take the magic school bus to explore the human body, or we can escape into nature by reading Faber's Book of Insects. We can even travel back to ancient Greece or Rome in the series of horrible history. author. One of the authors I admire very much is Bill Bryson, who is humorous and witty. When reading his great book, A Short Story of Nearly Everything, I feel like I'm accompanying the author as he travels through space and time, from the Big Bang to the rise of civilization. His deep curiosity of the world we live in and encyclopedic knowledge of his topics impress and touch me. Another beloved author is Roald Dahl, whose hilarious, breathtaking books are so attractive that I don't even want the story to end. I have read all of his books for children: Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, The Witches, BFG, and many others. When asked in an interview about how do you get your story ideas, the author answered, "It always starts with a little seed of idea, a little germ. Every time I get a great idea, I will pull out a notebook and write it down, or else it would disappear like a dream." These tips helped me a lot when I first started writing. I used my idea notebook to write down my seeds of ideas. And in the story The Minpins, Roald Dahl told us, "Watch with blurring eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places." I was inspired when I read this. I take it as advice not only from a great author, but also from a wise man who had a keen insight into our world. Just like Roald Dahl's character, the BFG, Big Friendly Giant, whose job was to collect and blow pleasant dreams to small children, Roald Dahl, Bill Bryson, Sheldon Alan Silverstein, Dr. Seuss, and other writers did blow big dreams to me and every other reader. I dreamed that one day I can make magic of my own as an author, for myself, my friends, my kids, and other children. Here, I want to share a poem I wrote on a kite I made in art class. Soaring above us like a bird is a big, amazing kite. The wind is howling, making it dance. What a beautiful sight. Yes, what a beautiful sight. But I know making this dream come true will be a very long and slow process. I will
Please take down the following questions with what you have observed. Now, do you agree with the statement, with a book we can go anywhere and be anything? Please correct that question. Second is, what happens when parents read to their children? What happens when parents read to their children? Another question is, what is the name of the author she advises? She advises two authors. One is related to history and one is related to fiction. So please name both the authors that she has recommended. Now explain in your own words. Watch with glittering eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places. Now this is one of the sentences that she has read out. I want you to explain in your own words. Watch with glittering eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely place. Now I'm going to go back, take you back to the poem that she has written. We are going to analyze the poem together.
This howling, making it dance. What a beautiful sight. Yes, what a beautiful sight in our class. Soaring above us like
Soaring above us like a bird is a big, amazing kite. The wind is howling, making it dance. What a beautiful sight. Please turn to this poem. Soaring above us like a bird. Now here she is talking about a kite, and we all know that flying a kite comes with a lot of cultural significance. It is also a symbol where they are symbolizing freedom, especially in Asian countries. Flying kites can be festivals. So soaring above us like a bird Now what is this? It's a kite that is flying above us like a bird. It is a big, amazing kite. So here we can see that it's a big, amazing kite. The wind is howling, making it dance. Now the figure of speech that has been used here is personification. When the kite has been given the characteristics of a human being, it's called personification, which says that the kite is dancing like dancing in the wind. What a beautiful sight. Now when you are imagining a girl looking at this kite which has been dancing above us, and it is more to do with how your imagination has been played here. For example, she first talks about something that is soaring above us. Whenever we are talking about something, whenever we are looking above, it's global. It is always symbolized when we are looking up. It is always symbolized as we are looking at something heavenly. So whenever you are analyzing a poem, you should look at it in all the ways. Okay, now this is just a 3-line poem. So when she says soaring above us like a bird, she talks about a particular thing which is like a bird. It is a big, amazing kite. Now she herself says that it is a big and amazing kite which people have made and which people have put in the effort to flow. So you can think about people making an effort to make the kite and flowing them. The feeling or the emotion that comes out with this activity is of something social, about something that people have done together. They have put in an effort to make something, and then they have the freedom to fly it. So the concept of freedom and the concept of putting in that effort comes out in this poem. The wind is howling. Now with the mention of the word howling, we can understand how it was the effect of the sound. So whenever you are speaking about something, whenever you are describing, you have to understand, you have to make use of these 5 senses. Either something that you see, something that you can smell, something you can feel, something you can taste, and something that you can hear. So the wind was howling, making the kite dance. The kite is dancing. Now it's very, very visual where the kite is dancing, and what a beautiful sight. Now this sight is beautiful because the kites have been flying in the sky and people have the freedom to fly this kite, is what is the meaning of the poem. So whenever you are reading a few lines of this, you have to analyze it in a deeper sense. Now let's move on.
Like a bird, it's a big, amazing kite. The wind is howling, making it dance. What a beautiful sight. Yes, what a beautiful sight. But I know making this dream come true will be a very long and slow process. I will keep on reading and reading every day, and above all, keep watching with glittering eyes the whole world around me, just like Roald Dahl. And there's one thing I know for sure. Reading will be a lifelong love for me. I read because living one life is just not enough. Today I stand here to share my reading stories with you because I believe that reading can light up the whole world. So, why not surround yourself with books, sit down quietly, and enjoy the words, the pictures, and how they fit together so beautifully. At the end of my speech, I would like to recite one of my favorite poems. No one believes the whole book can ever come from something as simple as butterflies that don't even live that long. But on paper, things can live forever. On paper, a butterfly never dies. Thank you.
With this, we come to an end of the TED Talk. That was April talking to us about the joys of reading. Please take down the following link that you can use and you can view other TED Talks which are amazing. Please take down the following views from the laptop. Please make a note of this information. That's www.tedtalk/TEDx or www.tedxsuchou.com. Pause. Now let's go back to grammar, which is also a very important aspect of speaking. I want you to go to https://www.oxfordonlineenglish.com/English dash level dash test slash grammar. Now this website will help you assess where is your level when you're talking about grammar. I'm going to show you online how that is supposed to be done. On deliberately, I'm going to pick some incorrect answers so that it will give me the correct answers and I can tell you how you'll be corrected it online. So please look at the laptop. This is how it looks like. It's called a level test grammar. You need to go here on the same website. You need to write your website on the search bar and then we will start this. It is Oxford, so you can be rest assured that it's going to be very genuine. Now that smells good. What are you cooking? What do you cook? What do you cooking? What are you cooking? So we need to, it's a multi-choice where we need to choose the correct answer. Now that smells good. What are you cooking? Alright, so after this we move forward. Press this particular arrow. Press this arrow. Press this arrow, this one. Don't press here. Press here. Show the arrow. Here. Press this arrow. Press the arrow and then you'll get your second choice. Where do he work? Where does he work? Where is he work? Where don't he work? Where does he work? I'm going to put the option 2 and then again I'm going to press on this arrow there. I spend too much time dash. I would like dash more time for myself and my family. I spend too much time working. I would like to have more time. So working to have. So this is where I have chosen number C. You go forward with this test. Okay. It comes with 40 questions. Okay. I'm busy on Friday, so I can't come, don't come, not can, I am not, I can't come. Okay. How long have they been waiting there? Have they been waited? Which one? Been waiting, right? Let's move forward. Winters there dash be really cold sometimes. Winters there might be really cold sometimes. When you press on it, it's best to press on your options. Like I pressed on A. I'm not sure if it's taking in A, but I'm just... Whose bag is this? It is of me, the mine, it is mine. Okay, so let's choose some incorrect answers as well. Dash, have, may, have. Okay, randomly I'm going to choose some incorrect thing. I'm not even reading it so that you understand how it gets you corrected. All right. By next month I will be finishing all my exams. Will have finished. Will finish. Will have finished. Let's see how it is. Can you read these sentences? I dashed to Germany last year. Now some of these questions I am choosing incorrectly, but I want you to read it very carefully when you are doing it. Okay, after this you come to a page where you get your results. So you just press on get results. So here that smells good. So here it says that smells good, what are you cooking? So this, we got this correct. So it also tells you, it explains to you, you use the present continuous being to talk about something which is happening now. So in this way you can also see where you are, how you are correct. So like you were correct and this is why you were correct. So after that you move on to the second one. Here you were also correct. Now let's look at something that where we have incorrect, wrong. For example, here, I spend too much time working, I would like to have more time. This was the correct one, because explanation, spending would like to time. So here you can see that you can easily see what mistakes you have done. Okay, so this is Oxford English. You have to go to this website, and I want you to take this test, and I want you to take a screenshot of this particular page and send it to me. It does not matter where you are. We are not judging it. It is not an exam, but it is just for me to get an idea about what kind of lessons that I need to plan, so that I know where my students are and their majority. And your results will not be displayed. It will be confidential. It's just for me to understand where we need to work on. Now I want you all to take this link so that you can do this thing. It's called https:// this one, where you can evaluate your own grammar. All right, now let me quickly recap on some of the things that we have done today.